Dear students, welcome back. Till our last video, we covered the basics of polynomials. In the next video, I'll touch upon the main ideas relevant for your board examination. And in this video, I will just cover a few tips useful for exam as well as a common made mistakes by students. On the topics which I covered so far, I searched for exam papers and came across only one question where the question says the teacher asked 10 of the students to write a polynomial in one variable on a paper and then to hand it over the paper. The following were the answers given by the students. So you find 10 different equations given by 10 students here. The question is how many of the above 10 are not polynomials? So this was one idea which we discussed in a previous video, what is not a polynomial, and how many of the above 10 are quadratic polynomials. Quadratic means where the degree is 2. So if you are finding any difficulty in understanding this question or whatever I talk in this video, I'm sure you have skipped the previous videos. Kindly check the previous video to connect or understand this video better. So looking straightforward, x plus 1 plus x is not a polynomial because the variable should not be at the denominator, and this is not a polynomial because the root 3x is not allowed. So these two are not polynomials. When it comes to quadratic polynomials, 3x squared is a quadratic polynomial, 2x squared is a quadratic polynomial. I think this is also not a polynomial because you can find x in the denominator. So this also fails to be a polynomial. So it cannot be a quadratic polynomial as well. So you will not find much questions around the basics whatever we discussed so far for your board exams. But I remember seeing a couple of questions a long time back. I don't know which year or which question bank I saw. Based on that, I have just put down this observation. See, you could get a 1 mark question or 2 mark, maximum 1 mark question. Like they will try to give you a polynomial of which 3 of them are not polynomial and one of them is a polynomial. You may have to find it out, or you may have to identify whether the equation is a monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Sometimes the question could be like they'll tell you to identify the degree of the polynomial, giving a mix of multivariable polynomials with different power exponents. So it's very easy to score 1 or 2 marks easily, but you will not get that 1 mark easily because it could be sometimes tricky or confusing. So just caution and proceed. So what are the common mistakes students do? These could be tips for your exam. Quite often people confuse with coefficient and exponent. See, in this equation 5x cubed, the coefficient people mistake it as 3, which is wrong. The coefficient is 5 and exponent is 3. And another common mistake done is whenever there's a negative sign along with the coefficient, people tend to miss the negative sign. See, the coefficient people think it as 3, whereas in minus 3x cube, the coefficient is minus 3. And there are hidden exponents. While this is not wrong, but a wrong understanding can lead to a wrong answer. See, you may feel that x has no exponent, whereas x is equal to x power 1. Here the exponent is 1. And another common mistake is degrees. Polynomials with degrees having multiple variables. So when you look at this equation, x square y cubed, it is tempting to tell why 3 is the answer. I mean, 3 is the exponent, 3 is the degree because that is the biggest number. But the right answer is, in case of multivariables, you are supposed to add the exponents of both x and y, and thus the degree of the polynomial is 5. So friends, in the next video, I will catch up with how to determine the value of a polynomial. Thank you and bye till then.